Click start. Look at this handsome man. Start. Every night I find myself alone in the studio, curtains drawn tight, my neat row of paints, palette, and brushes in the same place on the drawer by the easel. The canvas upon it sits, as always, unfinished. Marie's half-painted face, frozen in silent song. Oh, isn't that beautiful? It's laid out, as it always is when I awaken here. Marie is nowhere to be found. She must still be at the theater. Even when the curtains fall and the stage lights dim, the night is forever young to its star sopranos. I would always wait outside her dressing room, roses in hand, scores of other bright-eyed admirers spilling through the halls, though she alone was mine. And I was hers. It's cold, bitterly cold tonight, but still I draw the curtains and open the windows wide. There is a stench in the room, deep and damp and sickly sweet that I can't ever seem to be rid of. Besides that, the fumes from the linseed oil make my head spin. I know what linseed oil is. Fun fact, my sister uses this, and she makes beautiful things. Oh, what did I do? Whoopsie. Like every night, I measure out my paints, arranging the small dabs of color on my palette from lightest to darkest. Titanium white and cadmium yellow to corpse brown and lamp black. I like the word corpse brown. I think that's pretty cute. I wet my brush with oil and gently start mixing the pigments. It feels just a little bit like magic watching them swirl and mix, forming new colors from old. I paint her face. I mix a tone as warm as her cheeks as I envision Marie's sweet face in my mind's eye. Her lips like roses, the graceful turn of her nose, those eyes that glitter like stars under candlelight. It's no use. I can't focus. Her features are as blurred in my mind as a mess of oil and pigment smeared across my canvas. I sigh and scrape it off with a palette knife, mix a deep blend of black and red for the background instead. I apply my paint with a generous dab of oil, but it seems I didn't have to. The canvas is still wet from the last night and the night before. I must have painted and repainted the same background countless times. To say it's difficult to paint by lamplight, my muse nowhere in sight, is an understatement, of course, but lately these nightly hours are the only time I find myself able to lift my brush. I stop every few strokes. Oh my goodness gracious! I just got jump scared by the narration. Okay, here's my review so far. I like the voice acting, sounds amazing, and I like the visuals. It's all so beautiful. I wonder who drew this. I gotta find out. I'll be like, I'm astonished. I had joked that the pain that forced me away from the tailor's shop meant I could finally return to my paintings at the very least. I was never any good at humor. Marie had sensed my worries, consoled me sweetly in her voice that could charm stone to life.
Oh, Sam, don't worry. I have roles lined up for months. Go ahead and paint. We can still live comfortably.
What a great voice actress. It hurt, a small part of it did, beyond the physical, beyond the ailments, to seek her Imagine me reading like storybooks to like children or whatever. Do you think they get scared by like the animalistic sounds I make whenever I get a word wrong? To seek her permission. To be unable to care for my darling, the way I had when we were young and brimming with talent but crushingly unknown. Well, she had been. I was and still am nothing. But perhaps finally it would now be my turn to bring my vision to the world. If only it didn't hurt so much. Time passes, and I still don't manage more than a few strokes, a small patch of dark over an already wet canvas. Or perhaps time hasn't passed at all. The broken clock on the wall would suggest as much. Perhaps the seconds have lain still, the world outside unchanging, and I the only thing that moves. Have I moved? It's repeating the same brushstrokes like a clockwork doll movement. I shiver and sigh. Perhaps sleep would be a better endeavor. Perhaps the next night will meet more success. Oh, that's pretty. I stand, setting aside my paints and palette, and slowly move to shut the windows. I stop. There, out in the front garden, barely lit by a street lamp, stands a figure that can only be Marie. She bids goodbye to another figure, tall and broad-shouldered, and then she laughs, a beautiful laugh, a heartfelt laugh, and embraces him before he makes his reluctant exit on a carriage stopped by the gate. For a moment, I don't know what to think. A friend, a co-star perhaps, that amiable tenor she mentioned every now and then. I didn't see his face, but Mari's social circle had always eclipsed my own. It must be, but why would he come to our home? Why would she laugh that way? In the garden, in the midst of walking to the front door, humming to herself, Marie suddenly looks up. For a moment, her eyes go wide, and she blinks as if shaking herself from a daze. I instinctively step back from the windows. Perhaps it's guilt that makes me do so. Marie is finally home, and oh, I've missed her so. How could the first thing I think upon seeing my darling be the worst thoughts my mind could conjure? For the first time in many, many nights, I feel just well enough to leave the studio. I'll prepare Marie a pot of her favorite chamomile tea. I'll listen as she tells me of the nights, the theater, the thousand small anecdotes she never runs out of. Maybe, just maybe, ask her again to sit for a portrait for me, like she used to. The house feels larger than it used to. Perhaps I was shut in the studio too long still. How could I so quickly become a stranger to my own home? The memories are fuzzy, the years blur together like a wash of oil colors. My mother and I, carrying our sparse luggage, stepping inside for the first time. My stepfather laughing, his elbows on the breakfast table, chattering over something he'd read in the paper. Then, silent hallways and empty rooms. And then, myself welcoming my new bride to these solitary halls, hanging our newly taken portraits above the mantel. The walls are barren now. I feel the walls in the dark, leaving sticky trails of paint behind, tracing the places where I used to hang. The walls are laid bare. The pictures that hung on the pale wallpaper are gone. Blurry gray photographs of my parents, myself as a boy, and Marie. So many pictures of Marie, each displayed in a filigree, whatever, something French frame. Oh, that's pretty. Even our wedding photograph, the two of us dressed in fine clothes I'd sewn myself, smiling like fools even while our picture was taken. For how could we wear solemn faces on such a joyous day? It, too, is gone. The pale wallpaper stands bare, stripped to its bone. Confused but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather left me. The shelves and tables that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, now missing or mantled in thick white linen. They remind me of corpses on a hospital table, lying dead still, covered in sheets. Marie. I try to call out, but phlegm blocks my throat. I cough, long and drawn and wet, and then once more attempt to voice her name. Marie? It slicks off my tongue like a serpent uncoiling. I had always loved her name, so tender and sweet, free of harsh syllables. Marie. It was a name like an impressionist fleur, painted in soft strokes with a fine oil brush. It was the greatest joy in the world to join my name to hers. Silence fills the halls, a long drawn-out silence, a held breath. Finally, my darling answers.
Sam. Is this a dream?
I don't think so. I cough again, another long wet trail dripping from my lips. Ew. Is it a good dream? Oh, he's already talking. My bad. Didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
I don't know. It feels like a nightmare. An awful, wretched nightmare.
I limp towards the sound of her voice, so musical, so lovely, even at the brink of tears. Don't cry, I want to say, but thick, syrupy liquid fills my throat. What is going on? No matter what troubles you, I am here. She stands at the edge of the staircase, shaking, a candlestick in hand. The steps are sticky and wet. I inch carefully, practically at a crawl not to slip. She lifts the candle as I approach. In the dark of the house, its flickering flame almost blinds me. I don't see the expression on her face as she screams.
Marie? Where are you, my darling?
Every word feels like a dagger puncturing my throat. I limp down each hall, leaving a trail of steps that feel damp and heavy, slick and wet. I try the door to our bedroom, no, Marie's room. I had started sleeping in the spare one when my coughing fits would wake her in the night. It was cold, so cold and alone, but my darling needed her rest. The knob is slick and hard to twist, my hand slipping on the brass. Finally, I managed to push the door open. Though it's completely dark when I peer inside, I know it is empty. No warmth, no flesh, no sound of sweet breath within. I continue down the hall. I trudge, my steps heavy and wet, trying not to slip over the thick, slick surface.
Marie! What's wrong, darling? Please, come out! I don't understand!
The dining room is empty. Truly empty. The shelves with their china and silverware were once nearly stacked, now gape hollow. The walnut table was covered in a thick white sheet, the matching set of chairs removed. I rest against the blanketed table. My hand leaves a ruddy smear against the sheet. It must be more paint that was hard to make out in the dark. I'd needed spectacles for quite some time, but Marie had never liked the bookish type. I continue on through the familiar yet unfamiliar house, my steps strained and slow, my breath short, sticky, and
Marie! Where are you? Oh, Marie! It hurts! Won't you come to me?
I hear the front door slam shut. It must be freezing cold out. Why has she gone to the garden? I tread to the sound with new urgency, uncaring the sticky wet floors, forgetting for just a moment the pain that snaps and burns through my flesh. I reach for the oily, damp knob.
Don't! Sam! Please!
Her voice rings
I
from
don't
behind
understand,
the door.
darling. Have I done something to upset you?
Her sobs echo loudly. I never thought an ugly sound would come from my darling's lips, but her words...
I love you, Sam. I always will. But I can't bear to see you like this. Please. I beg of you. I love you, Sam. Please. I beg of you.
I didn't know that screwing her mouse would be
Return
bad.
to
My bad.
where you came. You can't be here. I've moved on now.
What? Return where? Dearest, you aren't making any sense. Moved on. I'm your husband, Marie. What on earth is there to move on from?
Please remember, Sam. You were ill. You were ill for a long, long time. And you never recovered.
I know I'm unwell, Marie. But you said we would still... Are you leaving me? Because I can't care for you anymore? Is that it?
The emotion in his voice is literally so, like, realistic. I think that whoever voice acted this dude needs, like, $700 million immediately.
You left me. You're dead, Sam.
What? Wait, so wait, if he's dead, then how is he talking to her?
You've been dead for more than a year.
If this is a joke, darling...
How do you move on
It's a
from your
cruel
dead
one.
husband in a year?
Do you want me dead? Is that it? Am I better off dead to you?
She does nothing but sob behind the door. How quickly I regret my words. If only I could see her face, look into her eyes, reassure her, and see that she loves me still. I twist the knob.
No! Don't come out! Please!
On the other end, with the gas, my darling grasps the knob closed, pushing the weight of her small frame against the door's wood.
No. Not until you tell me what's going on. Are you leaving me, darling? After everything? I need you. I need you!
She utters a sharp cry, the hinges groan against the frame, loosening her grip as she stumbles back onto the cobblestone path. I instantly forget her sharp words as I limp towards her side.
Marie, are you alright? I'm so sorry.
Stop it, Sam. I'll keep you alive. Every time I sing, I'll sing for you. I'll keep you in my song, in my art.
But it hurts. Her shrill voice grates against the ooze spilling forth in my ears.
It hurts!
Jesus Christ, can somebody get this guy a medal? My gosh. My head rings, my chest is a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, flowing with hot, sickly fluid. Spewing a syrupy, warm liquid from my... Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Dude, no, but like, actually... this guy needs like an award or something.
Your art, it was always about you. Your fame, your voice, your needs, your wants, your desires. You were a work of art, of course, but did you ever think about me? Did you ever think about poor Sam, dying alone in a cold, white room? Poor Sam, who couldn't even hold a brush in his hands at the end. Poor Sam, left to rot into nothing. A year was all it took for you to forget me.
Yeah, preach, Sam. I am shaking her, leaving smears of dark, muddy paint over her pale shoulders. The next moment, she breaks from me, running blindly into the street. Oh, she's gonna get hit by a car. Wait, do cars even exist? The carriage doesn't stop for her. Of course it doesn't. And my dearest has a wisp of dark curls, a black gown billowing in the night like a shade, and then she gets hit by a carriage. She should be light as a breath, soft as mist. But, oh, look at that, blood. But the song that comes is the scream of her breaking bones, her ripping flesh, the breath that leaves her lungs. Oh, yep, I called it. Can someone give me a medal? Oh, yeah. I shouldn't be celebrating.
Every sound my darling makes is beautiful.
Okay, yeah, honestly, realistic. I scoop her mass of flesh and deep crimson hair in my arms. Her blood pools around me, syrupy and dark, a color so deep no artist's pigment could hope to capture the purest scarlet or vermilion red, a dull stain in comparison. Okay, this guy, ugh. It is not sand that I see staring back in the deep pool of our blood. Jesus fucking Christ, ugh. That is not pretty. What's up, big guy? Stop looking at me with them eyes. My darling is a lovely creature, even broken. I gently carry her up the steps, one slick, damp, crooked step at a time, setting her massive jutted bone of viscera and flesh on the velvet seat in my studio. The fabric soaks it deep, so very deep. It's dark as it is every night. I leave the lamps unlit, the windows shut tight. How strange it is that the stench of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. She sits still, ever so still, not a breath escaping her broken flesh. What a lovely model.
All the
what a
more
wonderful
beautiful
thing.
now that it surely hurts to sing.
Jesus.
Oh, it is agony to hold a brush. It always does. But I can bear it.
Hear me out. No, don't ignore that. No, but I'm just thinking, dude, he's like really devoted to his wife, right? Even in death, okay? And if you think about it, like, it is fucked up. She moved on from him in a year and took all of his paintings and portraits down. Isn't that messed up? I think he might be a little bit right here. I mean, he's kind of insane, but like, if you think about it, he's actually pretty, reasonable, kind of, a little bit. I don't know.
After all, who can truly create without pain?
Me. Oh, what a beautiful painting. Oh, wrong button. My bad. Oh, what a oh, she's even... Oh my god, look how beautiful she is, guys. Wow, that is just stunning. Wow. Oh my god, no, like, I'm actually, like, really... Look how beautiful that is. Ending 1. Muse. Guess that was it for the first ending. Every night I find myself alone in the studio, curtains drawn tight, my neat row of paints, palettes, and... I blend a dark, deep red on my palette as I envision her hair in my mind's eye. Marie rarely ever bound her locks in fashionable plaits or ringlets, not even on our wedding day. I remember how her glossy black waves almost shimmered beneath her veil. The color on my palette is as dull as mud. I sigh and blend it into the background instead. I apply my paint with a generous dab of oil, but it seems I didn't have to. The canvas is still wet from the last night and the night before. I must have painted and repainted the same background countless times. So it's difficult to paint violin, but okay, we already heard that. I had joked that the pain that forced me away from the tailor's shop meant I could finally return to my paintings at the very least. I was never any good at humor. Marie had, since my worries come so sweet with... Okay, whatever. The paintings I'd framed, the seaside landscape I'd painted on our honeymoon, the watercolor sketch of Marie that couldn't hope to capture the sheen of her hair, the still life of candles and flowers that had wilted because I took so long to finish. Even the painting of roses in a vase, the first gift I had given her.
I wanted to bring you some flowers, but I was afraid they would wilt before I saw you next.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's actually really sweet.
You painted them. Oh, they're beautiful, Sam.
The naked walls stared blankly at me. Confused but with nowhere else to go, I continued through the house. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather had left me. The shelves and tables that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, now missing or mantled in thick white linen.
Marie, please!
Don't!
I don't understand, darling.
I love you. Please,
Return, moved on.
please, you've been dead.
If
No! Don't come out!
Let her go. I let go of the door, my hand slicking off
Forgive
its
me,
oily
Marie.
surface.
I can see that you don't want to speak to me right now.
No, who texted me? Ignore that. Ignore that. I'm totally listening to this.
But whenever you do, whatever this is about, I'll be waiting in the studio.
That's so romantical, dude. I leave the door. I leave her alone sobbing in the garden. It's dark, so very dark, but dawn will soon paint that dim black sky. That's poetic. I retrace my slick, wet footsteps through the hall, up the staircase, one trudging down step at a time. It burns. I feel no breath in my lungs. My chest could be a hollow cavity.
Oh, it hurts!
I stagger into a tall, sheet-covered object, the linen sliding off with the grasp of my clumsy, slick fingers. It's Marie's floor-length mirror.
No. Oh, no. No, 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 no!
I've said it once, I've said it again. This guy needs to, like, he needs to, what is that, what's that one whatever. That's my goat. Wow. Oh, wow, he cracked the mirror. Oh, and now he's, oh, that's nice, nice, nice. And, I'm in the studio, a dark, dim studio, as empty as it is every night. The curtains are shut, the lamps are unlit. My palette is a mess of murky colors, rust reds, corpse browns, and musty, sickly, sweetly rotting essentials room. I don't know why the smell of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. The handle of the door turns behind me. Slowly it creaks open and a figure steps inside. It's me. What? He limps more than he steps in crooked motions against the floor, dragging his body along like a wet, wide brush as swallows the red pool at his feet. Shut up. I watch him pull himself before the canvas. He speaks in my mother's voice, a tone that could swell with warmth or derision, command or dependency, pride or disappointment, and a moment's notice.
Give up your suffering. Give up this. Come back to the earth with me.
That is also a good voice actor. My hands are too slick to hold my brush. I stab it into my... Fix it between my bones and dip the bristles into his blood. Ooh.
Sally.
Aglesia. He speaks in my stepfather's voice, but without laughter or joy. In the same cadence, I imagined him taking his last breath, crimson staining his uniform, dog tags
Don't
float on my
suffer
neck.
anymore, Sam. You are nothing already. Forget your pain. Return to the void with us.
My brush is drying. I plunge it into his chest, wet it with his oily breath.
Sam?
He speaks with my voice, hoarse and raspy and tired, so very
This
tired.
won't make you worthy of love. Not the world's, not Marie's, not your friends or peers or critics. Come back to our grave. End our suffering. You know I don't do this for love.
I clean my brush with the paint thinner, knocking over the jars that spills across the drawer and onto the wet, soaking floor. I dry the bristles on my worn, rotting shirt, then soak it in the thick, white mucus of his tears. My words are only partially true, just as his words are not fully wrong. Neither my rotting corpse nor the memory of what once was Sam will gain a thing from this toil. I paint the hours away, or perhaps take no time at all. The clock on the wall never turns its hand, suggesting that the world lies still. The seconds never pass, and I am the only thing that moves within it. It hurts. Heavy, syrupy tears flood my vision, fill my throat, my chest, choking me. Every movement of my hand leaves cracks in what's left of my brittle bones. He stares at me all the while, silent and still like a mirror. If I loved him, I would stop. I would crawl into my grave like he wishes. But I love this more than I love myself. I birth him from within me. As I create, so too am I born. That's poetic.
And he and I are beautiful.
Oh. Oh my god. This just, it's so beautiful. This is such a good game. I love the art and the, okay, by Endisis, Endisis. I love you, Endisis. Callum Sanders. Get this man a medal, guys. Marie, Shella, Sam's mother, Sam's father. Beautiful. Mark Mullins, you too. All these people are just so great. Hold on. That was the last bit of it, but tomorrow there's gonna be more games, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I really loved it. Loved the art. Everything about it was fantastic. So, thanks, and I'll see you guys next time.